right, the fights are over, and the final card of 2025 delivered. We saw surgical precision, a star-making statement, and a flawless debut. But the fighters weren't the only ones being judged. Last week, we put our model on the line for all 12 fights. Now, it's time for accountability. This is the final word on UFC Vegas 112. Let's start with the main event. The model predicted Manel Kape would win based on technical superiority. The verdict, a flawless victory. Kape proved that precision is the perfect antidote to chaos, landing a devastating right hand and finishing the fight in the first round. A masterful performance. In the co-main, our model backed the rising prospect, Kevin Vallejos. The verdict, a star was born. He became the first man to ever stop Giga Chikadze with strikes, and he did it with a spectacular spinning back fist. The model's bet on youth and momentum paid off in the biggest way possible, and in the most anticipated debut of the night, we called for Yaroslav Amosov to dominate with his elite wrestling. The verdict, he looked even better than advertised, submitting a veteran gatekeeper in the first round. A terrifying new threat has arrived at welterweight. But the fighters weren't the only ones on trial. Now it's time to put our own model under the microscope. This is where we show our work. Last week, we made a call for all 12 fights. Let's get right to the numbers. The fight card had 1 cancellation and 1 draw. Of the 10 remaining fights, the model went 9-1 for a 90% accuracy rate. My verdict, a dominant performance. The hits were clean. We correctly identified Kape's precision, Vallejos' momentum, and Amosov's elite grappling as the keys to victory. But the real story is in the misses. Let's examine the evidence. First, the draw. We picked Kennedy Nzechukwu to win, but the fight was scored a unanimous draw. Why? Because Nzechukwu was deducted a point for an eye poke. Without that foul, he wins the fight. The model's tactical analysis was sound, but it can't predict a penalty. We did not make a call in the King Green versus Lance Gibson Jr., where Green won by split decision. And that brings us to our only clean miss of the night. We picked Teresa Bleda, banking on her physical advantages and suffocating grappling. The verdict? We were dead wrong. The model couldn't properly quantify the power and killer instinct of Jamie Lynn Horth, who got a fantastic first-round TKO. It's a powerful reminder that sometimes the data can account for a fighter's heart. So, the final judgment on our model's performance? A solid A-. An exceptional night that correctly identified 9 out of 10 winners. The single loss serves as the perfect lesson to end the year on. The model is a tool, not a crystal ball. Trust the data, but always respect the chaos. What was your biggest takeaway from the final card of the year? Drop your thoughts in the comments.